What's good? What's good? You see that? I know we just did a pop-up live. Let's see how many people actually hit the notification button. That's how this goes. Who's up in here right now? I gotta shave. This is crazy. Mr. Infamous, what up? Q Dub, what up? Dark Man 242, Bahamas in the building, Boston, what up? So this is shout to all the members that were just in the members. Felicia, what's up, love? That were just in the live. Gonna decide to do a pop-up live real quick. Byron, what up? Everybody, how you guys doing? Pinnacle, what's good? Bengals. You keep shouting them Bengals out. Anita, how you doing, love? Kendrick in the building. So basically, I'm not gonna make a million videos about what's going on because it's going on. It's more like what's happening right now. How are you guys dealing? It's two things I want to talk about. Reggie, what's good, baby? How are you guys doing in these trying times? This is very hard, and I got something real important I want to say in a second. And then, how do you guys view what's going on? Because, I gave my views on Sunday, but I also have more views on it because I've been still watching, talking to police friends of mine, I've had friends in the protests, recently, as of last night, friends in the protest, getting their feedback, getting their info. One of my dudes was taking video while he's boots on the ground. What's up, everybody? So I want to say this as a sidebar, real quick. Last night, I sat down. Jackson Jeter always in the building. Last night, I sat down, right? And I told you guys, I have my moments. So I was like, man, I want to go outside. It was like 9 o'clock at night. I was like, man, I want to go outside. Let's take the risk, walk outside. Greg, we need to be outside. I just needed some air. I needed to get out. I needed to walk around. I needed to feel some night air. I needed to just breathe. You know what I'm saying? I suffer from depression sometimes, but I tell you guys, I talk myself off a cliff. I'm my biggest, sometimes I need someone to talk to, definitely. But I'm my biggest critic and my biggest fan. So for me, I'm sitting there going through it, and I talk myself out of it. Get yourself back here, calm down, relax. It's okay. We're going to smile. We're going to feel better, But as I sat there, which I tell you guys, I talk to myself a lot, and I get myself through whatever I'm going through. It's easy for me. And when I say it's easy for me now, I know what to do to get my mind right. This took 20 years. This was 20 years ago when I started these mental exercises of controlling my anger, controlling my emotions. So it wasn't just overnight. You're not seeing someone who just one day said, control your mind. I told you guys, mind over matter. I control myself, and I hate to say it, but for the lady, excuse me, I haven't masturbated in 20 years. No BS. I haven't done it. Mind over matter. That was one of the first parts of it. Then it was controlling my anger, which I have a very bad temper. So controlling my anger. Then it was controlling my emotions. Then it was controlling when I feel down, because I get down a lot. I tell you guys, I'm not perfect. I have my moments, but I check myself. Because like I told you before, for every negative, I find the positive. And by finding the positive, I make light of any situation. Case in point, one of you could stab me in the pinky toe right now. I'm gonna be mad, I'm gonna be hurt, I'm gonna lose control for probably 2-3 seconds. I'm gonna be like, first let's go to the doctor, get my pinky toe fixed. Second, let's look at the positive of what came out of this. And I'm gonna find something. So that's me. And it may sound stupid to you, but I found the positive in everything. So now, I say that to say this. As I sat in my bed after I got I cheered myself up. I got myself, Greg, don't go outside because police gonna mess with you. Stay your butt inside. Do a couple push-ups or watch some TV. All right? Cool. About an hour later, I sat in my bed and I thought to myself, there are people going through exactly what I go through. I just went through just now. that have not mentally trained themselves the way I have. Like I said, this was me one day going through a hell of a depression period. I had been through a whole lot, started bodybuilding, getting myself together. This was me one day taking control of my life. You know, no seeing no therapist. I talked to therapists, but I wasn't seeing no therapist. I was just reading books and focusing on bodybuilding, and kind of just turned the knobs in my brain and was like, you know, you control everything you do. When you lost control and had that fight, that was your fault. You lost control. When you cursed that person out and ruined a good relationship, that was your fault. You could have controlled it. You didn't have to open your mouth. When you did those things, you didn't have to do or say those things. It's your fault. So I learned control. I'm not gonna say it's all 24/7. I may snap once in a while, but I catch myself. So as I'm going through this last night and I was thinking about it, there's people who are going through this just like me, that don't have that mental capacity or that strength that I've learned. Like I said, I've learned. This is nothing I just did overnight. I've had a lot of ups and downs in my life, a lot more downs than ups, but I created the ups. So there are people going through what I just went through, and that was a short period of time. That was maybe 2 hours. I was kind of talking to myself and I was angry. Then I got myself together. But there's people going through this every single day that don't have the help, don't have no one to talk to. I say that, Papio, so what up? I say that to say this. Go and check on your peoples. If you feel a certain way, talk to somebody, pick up a phone, send them a text. I put messages up on WhatsApp every now and then, and it's a picture of a lion, and it says, and this is me sometimes. It says, the problem with being strong is no one ever asks if I'm okay, and that's real. If you have my number and you see my status, or you're on my Facebook, you see my status, sometimes I say, I wish somebody will ask if I'm okay. I really do, because everybody thinks I'm just so strong. No one cares to say, hey man, are you okay? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I need that. Sometimes I want someone to say, hey Greg, how you doing? Are you all right? How's your day? How are you feeling right now? Because I'm always checking on everyone else. Even if you don't hear from me, I may put it up. Hey, if you need to talk, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? So what I want you guys to do, because this really bugged me last night. It really did. And I was talking to John about it earlier. I sat in that bed and I thought, what about all these people that don't have the focus and the mental strength that I have? You know, there's been times when, listen, I'll tell you guys the truth. When I was going through the depression phase, I went through like a couple phases. There was times when I was like, man, death won't be so bad compared to what the hell I'm going through. But I don't have the power I think suicide is my personal opinion. I think suicide, and yes, Dennis, I am okay, thank you. I think suicide is a coward's way out, because life is hard. Life is hard. We know life is hard. Death is easy. You know, as I say, if you ever heard me talk to people when I was younger, you know, I was wild for the night. I was doing the craziest stuff. And they were like, why are you so crazy? I was like, well, I'm not afraid of death. I'm afraid of everything before death. Death is guaranteed. We got to die. I'm afraid of the time from the day I leave the womb to that day I die. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Selena for Life? How you guys doing? So yeah, you know, just check on your peoples. Check on yourself. Don't listen. There's some of you right now watching this that you are not in the greatest frame of mind. Check on yourself. Say something in the chat. Talk to me. You got people in here that will talk to you. Check on yourself. Look in the mirror. Make sure you're okay. Call a friend. Call a family member. But check on some people. You know what I'm saying? I think mental health, we're going through a situation we've never been through before. We're going through something and I've said this before, we're going through something we've only seen in movies. We've only seen this in movies, y'all. We was eating popcorn, putting up those little pizza things, your Hot Pockets and all that. You know what I'm saying? We never been through this. This is not, you can't even, me and my boy was talking about he lives a life plan. I said, well, I live an unlife plan. I just live my life. You can't plan for nothing that's going on. You can't plan. DR's cool, Mission Go. Everything's smooth. Nothing changed. Still locked down for now. Yeah, mental health is real, Bill J. And I'll get to y'all comments in a minute, guys. Mental health is real, guys. So just check on your peoples, man. And check on yourself. You may not be all right. You may be helping everyone else with you may be the person everybody else is calling to talk to. And you may need somebody to talk to. You know, I just sat with my boy John. Shout out to John. I sat with my boy John. We have amazing conversations. We talk about everything. John knows more about me than most people will ever know about me, because we'll just be flowing in conversation. We'll talk about politics. We'll talk about history. We'll talk about personal stuff, my life, his life. John's a great friend, so we'll just get in a deep conversation. Sometimes we're just drinking and talking. We forget to put the food on the grill because we just can't shut up. So sometimes you need to just get it out. Sometimes you need it. You may need to talk about. Did you see Nickelodeon went off the air for 8 minutes and 46 seconds? Just talk about something. Hey, Ma, yeah, I'm good. Just like I said, talking to the people, making sure everybody else is good. Just talk about something. You may need your expat John. Exactly, you know him. He's a very good friend of mine. I just left his crib. That's how I missed curfew. We went in a deep conversation for probably like 3-4 hours, just talking about a bunch of stuff. So, you know, just check. Case in point, I'm gonna end that here. Check on your people. Check on yourself. Even if you feel you okay, go have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I'm coming out with a plan, Mr. Infamous. I guarantee you, I'm coming out with a plan. Me and John are actually sitting down this week, going to put some things together, you know? Jason Sharp, that does not change anything. That doesn't change the phases. They just added 12 more days, which doesn't affect you guys because the country's not opening up to July anyway. You know what I'm saying? GT was good. So now, the title of the track. What's really happening? What's really going on? I'm gonna give you guys. I told you Sunday service. I told you guys. Yeah, Mom, I'm opening tomorrow. I'll be open tomorrow, 10 o'clock. I told you guys. I gave you info from stuff I watched. I've still been watching. Still been on watching. But I've also been talking to cop friends of mine, some Paradise Life members that were out last night, and I'm gonna tell you what the consensus is. The consensus as far as New York and Atlanta. I haven't spoken to people in other states right now. New York and Atlanta. Pop up, there you go, yeah, pop up. The consensus as far as New York and Atlanta. This is from police in New York and Atlanta and friends that were out last night in New York. The daytime, protesting. People are protesting. First, I'm gonna give you my boy's information that he posted last night and just posted 45 minutes, well, an hour ago, on Facebook. He's a 15-year vet of the police, works in Manhattan. Great friend of mine. He goes, so last night he posted, I'm sick of people. I'm disappointed in humanity. People are acting foolish. This is crazy, but something's wrong because we arrested a lot of people that are not from here. That's all he said. 45 minutes. This was his post from the night before he put it out last night. 45 minutes ago, an hour ago, he posted on Facebook. He goes, okay, I'm gonna give my last statement on this. He was pissed. It was a long thing. He said, I'm gonna give my last statement on this. There's two separate groups involved in these actions. The daytime are protesters, peacefully protesting. He said the nighttime, there is a group starting-ish, and there are kids out here and criminals. He goes, there's a group getting things going, amping up the crowds, which I'll tell you guys about mob mentality. There's a group out here getting things going, and the kids are following suit, and the criminals are jumping in. He said, and I'm going word for word because I read it like 5 times. I was reading to John as well. He said, my precinct last night was a nursery school. It was all kids, 13 to 17. Kids. They arrested all kids looting last night. He said the only adults we had were non-New Yorkers. Atlanta. My boy, I was talking to a friend of mine. He's actually dealing with more emergency stuff. He was like, they're arresting tons of people that have nothing to do with Atlanta. Nothing to do. All the damage is being mostly caused by dudes not from Atlanta. Now, my friends were out last night protesting. Last night, up until about 9, 10 o'clock. New York curfew was 11. They were out. Paradise Life dudes. Gary Styles, G, they were out. we kept telling me and my boy E, we kept saying, be careful, guys, be careful, guys, be careful. Because, you know, I even told them I wouldn't be out there. Not at night anyway. It's too crazy. And they said it was madness. When you saw them walking, it was cool. Everything was cool, protesting, da, 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 da. Then he said it went left. Police were trying to drive everybody to 34th Street to lock them all up. But it was another group of people that were wild. So I got my guys, my personal guys, my friends involved. And next thing you know, they run into a whole different group of people that are fighting with the police and running from the police when all these guys, this group was doing was walking down the block protesting. So you guys got to understand, there's other stuff going on beyond our realm, beyond our reach. I'm sure you guys have seen the videos. I told you guys about one video of bricks. I have literally seen 7 videos this morning from 3 in the morning of different cities in America with bricks randomly appearing in the town. No construction, just bricks in the middle of the street, on the sidewalk, by a bus stop, stone and bricks just appearing. One lady went and she was in a parking lot and she goes, guys, they just put a dump truck up and dumped all these pieces of stone in this plaza. Stone is in the back, the plaza's right there, all glass. So, you know, I see some of you guys are out there, you listen, you know, there's other things going on. Like I told John today, it's not a black and white thing anymore. It's not. It's no longer black and white. It's a plan that someone's trying to execute and a protest that's being pushed down by the rioting and looting. This is something else, guys. And, you know, 2020 has become the year that, I hate to laugh, but 2020 is going to go down. We might just, either 2020 is going to go down in the history books or 2020 is just going to be deleted. We're going to forget 2020 existed. We're going to start over in 2021 and just say, hey, guys, let's forget that one. Reset. You know what I'm saying? Because in all honesty, you guys saw the meme where the dude said, scientists open a cave that been closed for 5 million years and find 33 new species. And at the bottom, dude said, nah, bro, close that up. 2020 is not the year for that. You know, it's like, what else? What else is going on? I told John, I told my cousin at mid-June, I'm gonna just start looking up. I'm looking for aliens, y'all. I'm looking for aliens. I'm telling you right now, it might be alien time. It might be check your skin tone, make sure you're straight. Nah, because it's more than a cold summer, bro. There's things going on. Cold summer is money. We're going through, you know, it's tourism. What we're going through right now, but it's so much more than that. You know, the world is going through. Well, mainly America is going. This is something else. Yeah, where'd the virus go? Oh, I can guarantee you right now. I can guarantee you that some people that were sick, that have corona, I guarantee you, they will put in some of these protests and some of these crowds. I can guarantee that. There's going to be people getting sick because I'm sure people purposely went out sick to get other people sick. That's just the way of people. That's just the way people are. That's just the foulness of people. Oh, Bill, it's going to go down in history book. It's going to go down in history books. Oh, well, Kaz, I didn't know that's what you meant, that 2020 was going to be one of those videos you want to delete and nobody ever see. Hey, who in 2017 I read something. In 2019 I read it again. There was 2 psychics. I don't believe in that stuff, but 2 psychics that predicted coronavirus would come and go, disappear. Maybe this is it. You know, release the murder hornets, and then that don't work. Race war, which, like I said, is for you guys. When I made those comments about saying who was doing the real rioting, I was just trying to tell you what the videos I saw. I don't think this is about any more white and black. There are civilians in riot suits. Civilians. That's another thing one of my cop friends told me. Excuse me. There are civilians in riot suits running around in bulletproof vests and body armor, causing havoc. What is a civilian doing wearing that stuff? This is planned. There's a bigger picture going on. I won't get into what it is because I don't know. I will tell you guys like this. There's a difference between rich and wealthy. Difference. Rich is the guy who makes $100 million. Wealthy is the guy who pays him. If you ever heard that slogan before. I know a lot of rich people. I don't know any wealthy people. I don't know if I've ever met any. I can't say. I know a lot of rich people, but I've never met any wealthy people. So the wealthy are, and I've been to rich parties and there's some weirdo stuff that goes on. But I can't say I've met any wealthy people because I just don't know, But there's always a plan, and there's people that. Hey, hold on, I'm gonna mess y'all up. CAB said it, and I said that this morning to my man Tobin. Once Kobe left, everything went down. As soon as Kobe died, we mourned for 3 to 5 days, and the next thing you know, no, I can't. I didn't think he was being extra. I thought you were talking about DR, like cold summer in DR. I didn't know you were talking about the world, bro. Like, woof. I'd have looked at you like, what are you talking about, bro? Every month it's been we have gone every month with some type of crisis. China's ready to start beefing with America now. Like I don't know what's going on, man. But I told all my friends, I'm thank God my son is in the Navy right now. He is not outside. I would fear every day if my son was outside, because he's not a follower, but he would be protesting with people. He would be in the mix, But I'm glad he's not outside, you know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't want him anywhere in New York. Did you see the Best Buy? Did you see the Best Buy? In the Best Buy, there was a guy tossing stuff out to the guys outside. Laptops, camcorders, phones. There was a guy standing there literally just tossing the product. He didn't want nothing for himself. And I couldn't see what color he was, so I won't lie. He didn't want nothing for himself. He was tossing it to the homies. 19,000 new cases? Good Lord. They're going to say the cases went up. Castro, I heard about that. The Latin Kings, which I'm very disappointed in. I heard about that. Now, I was watching, I can't remember his name on Instagram. When they started posting all the stuff about the Latin Kings shutting down certain blocks, like 31 to 34th Street, I think it was, a couple of gang members, I won't lie what gang, I don't know the Chicago gangs, and it wasn't Bloods or Crips. They were telling people saying, don't go to those blocks. The Latin Kings are running up in cars. Police are sitting there. And the last post was like, you could tell he was about that life. He goes, everybody stay home. Do not go down there. We're going down there right now. And that's the last post I saw about it. He was basically saying they going down there to check the Latin Kings, which was wild, which was to hear that. I mean, I'm not sure to protect your neighborhood, but I saw a video. They ran up in somebody's car. They were just driving back to their neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, hold on. Birdman said, COVID was like, it's supposed to be my time. COVID thought he had it. Oh, man, you told the Antichrist. I don't know, man. I'm drinking my Merlot, man. Drinking my Merlot. My people are all safe. Like I said, my son would be the only one I'm worried about because the rest are younger, so they're not doing nothing. Hey, Kaz, don't. It might happen. Yeah, I don't know who it was, Kaz. Folks or GD, but it was definitely somebody about that life, and he posted, "Stay away from there. We going down there right now to talk to them." So we'll see what happens. I got that Merlot. I just don't got my red cup. I don't got my red cup. And yes, Castro, I did hear that the police were standing around. In the video, I couldn't see the police. But there was someone on the corner. And they said the police were just standing there. Looters jacked the train? No way. No way. Are you serious? Which train? I think Sosua Beach will be open August 20th. I believe so. I can't guarantee it, but I believe so. But London, they're going to say there was outbreak. They're going to say there's millions of cases. They're going to say it. The problem is, are you going to believe it? The protests and riots been going on for how long? What is it? 4 days now? Is it 4 days? Oh, I'm sorry, 5 days? They still got 7 to 10 days. Drinking that Merlot, guys. 8 p.m. curfew in New York. 29, DC calm. That's good to hear. I think a lot of places need to be calm. Oh, man. D in the building. What's up, baby? Damn, a train in Philly. Nah, I didn't hear about that, man. But I saw some videos of dudes wilding. I definitely did. Oh, so let me give you guys some facts on, I can't speak for everybody's upbringing. But I can tell you about mobs, how mobs move, and how easy it is to get a mob. Yeah, I got a shade, man. Things been crazy. I didn't sleep last night. So listen, what you guys don't understand about mob mentality, I'm gonna break mob mentality down to you from a first-person experience. So I used to be in the street. I'm hanging out with the homies, all that, blah blah blah. So back in the day, after school, we was in high school. I'm like 15, 16 years old. We go to Green Acres Mall in Valley Stream. So we leave school. That was kind of the place all the high schools went. Go to Green Acres Mall. So now I'm about 10 deep. Me and my crew, we took up the whole dollar van. You guys know dollar vans, the big church vans. The Jamaicans drive those, fill them up, and we go where we going up and down the movie theater, all that. So now 4 weeks prior, a month prior, we had a beef with this Jamaican crew. Now, unfortunately, the Jamaican crew went to school with us. And if you ever heard of Shower Posse, a lot of them were the younger version of the Shower Posse. So we had a couple fights, couple brawls. It ended up being where they shot at a couple of friends of mine. A couple of friends of mine shot at them. They had some dude come and stab one of my friends, a good friend of mine up, stabbed him up pretty bad. So things were crazy. It was a back and forth. Every time we caught them, it was on site. Every time they caught, oh, yo soy Caleb, ¿cómo está, mi amor? Every time they saw us, it was on site. So it was one of those things. It wasn't the adult beef, but it was a beef. We was getting it on. So now we get to the mall. Now where Macy's was, all the dollar vans stopped right there. So we get off the dollar van and walk into Macy's. So basically, we 10 deep in the what's good, baby? We 10 deep in the van. We get up and we unload, start walking into Macy's. And we unload, 2 other vans pull up. That was the norm. The vans were like every 2 minutes apart. If it was filled, it drove 100 miles an hour down Murray Boulevard. So the other 2 vans pull up, and it's full of dudes from some different schools, our school, wherever. All the schools met up on the Ave or met up at Green Acres. Just so happened we were deep. We 10 deep. By the time we got to the Macy's front door, we probably about 20-something deep. As we walk in the door, we drinking 40s in the dollar van, whatever, being kids, doing what we do. And my boy goes, yo, that's that Jamaican kid right there that shot at me. I look over and I go, nah, that ain't him. Then I see one of my homeboys on the side. And I tell him, yo, get out of here. Because he's half Jamaican and he's a good friend of mine. I ain't want him to get beat up. So I go, yo, bounce. And we got the point, he took off. So as we go back, my dude goes, yeah, this is my friend. He goes, yeah, that's that dude that shot at me. I'm telling you, that's him. I go, yo, his name was Lee. I said, Lee, that's not him. Trust me, that ain't the one. I saw him. That's not him. We're at the front door of Macy's. We're in the entry. We're already in the vestibule. We're inside of Macy's. Just got in there, but we all stopped. So it's 10 of my peoples, another 15, 16 people of another group, and I don't know who these guys are. I still don't know to this day. And we all stopped at the door. Leo's a big dude, so once Lee starts talking, everybody's listening. Now I start talking, I go, nah, that's not him, right? Mob mentality. This is how things work. This is what I want you to understand about how these kids get caught up. How you probably yourself will be with a group of people and you can get caught up. Or you see how things happen. The dude to the left of me, who I still to this day don't know who he was, if I tell Lee for the second time, nah, that's not him, my man Mo, rest in peace, is like, yo, that might be him. I don't know, but you know what, Lee? Greg might be right. That might not be him. The dude on my right, on my left, excuse me, says, "That's him, and he shot my man too." That's exactly what he said. As I look to my left to say, "Yo, who you?" Everybody takes off. I'm getting bumped out the way because everybody's going after the kids. What I'm gonna do is, as I'm asking him to do who he starts running. So I'm just like, let's go. It's on. It's over. 20-something kids are beating up 3 kids. Okay? Mob mentality. It takes 1 or 2 words to get everybody excited and going. That's how it works. So then, as things are ending, I'm telling the guys, "Yo, let's get out of here, man," because security's scared that so many guys were into, but they're coming. They're trying to get deeper and come in, and of course they're calling Nassau police. So I'm like, "Yo, let's get out of here." As I'm grabbing one of my mans, right? 3 more dudes, because everybody outside of Macy's, because we tear up the whole first floor of Macy's. We tore it up. Everybody outside of Macy's is looking inside like, "Oh my God, what's going on in there?" Macy's is people are fighting everywhere. People are running for their lives. It's mayhem. And this is really nothing. We were kids. This type of stuff happened on Jamaica Ave, happened in Green Acres a lot. So, but it's mayhem. It's madness. And there's people stealing stuff, but we weren't stealing stuff. We focused on fighting. Now, the 3 guys that were outside of Macy's that never even made it inside, as I'm pulling my man off of somebody, someone yells out, "They with them too. Let's go get them. They Jamaican too." In my mind, I go, "These guys just walked inside the mall." Like, I'm always a quick thinking. I'm like, where did they come from? Because we beat up everybody else. Someone yells out, "They with them too. Those guys right there." Mob mentality. No one thinks for a minute. No one talks to each other. Everybody runs and beats the other 3 guys up who nothing to do with nothing. Because of mob mentality. You can't stop anybody explain. You can't sit there and say, "No, hold on, that might not be the thing to do." Because once the mob gets going, the mob energizes itself. The mob continues to give itself energy with more actions and a couple of words in the background. That's all it takes. I told you guys, I watch some of these instigators and antagonizers say some things, get some things started, and step back and start videotaping. By design. So I know some of you guys say, there's tons of black people involved in the loot and stuff. I'm not saying it's white and black. I'm saying who's starting it is people that aren't from the neighborhood. And I just happen to see a lot of white people. But at the same time, my boy said he saw some black dudes in riot gear. He was bugging out about that. He was like, "What are you guys wearing?" Black dudes had riot gear on too. Who knows? So the reason I say that, because mob mentality, what you guys don't understand is it takes a few suggestions for a mob to go nuts. That's all it takes. So when you see these people going off, it ain't just somebody say, "Hey, let's go rob Louis Vuitton." That ain't what it was. Someone suggested or broke a window and say, "Yo, Louis, you want that new or Dior? Oh, you heard the Dior song from Pop Smoke? Dior. Oh, Balenciaga." It's suggestions, and then all hell breaks loose. Now you're into it, and there's no stopping it until you run out of energy or until you disperse or the police come and you're like, "Let's get up out of here." So that's just a quick story about the mob mentality. I know a lot of you don't understand it, but I've been in those situations many a times. Me being a leader, I was able to control things certain times, but other times there's no control. There's nothing you can do. Once the mob is going, you're in. 0 to 100, exactly. Yeah, Douglas, I did see that black female. Man, that was dope. That was really dope. And I heard that cop got he got in trouble, I believe. I heard that cop got in trouble. One thing I will say, the mayors and the government, mainly the mayors, are firing the cops that are starting BS. They're firing. Yes, there's still a curfew, probably for another 5-6 days, maybe 12. Yeah, Kaz, that's right with China. That's right. Yeah, listen, I know people don't understand mob mentality, because I had people hit me saying, "Well, look, these rioters or looters are black." I said, "Yeah." I said, The black people's the majority. I said, but the people starting it are not black. I said, well, someone said, well, he doesn't have to grab that brick and throw it. Yes, he does. Because it was suggested to him. You throw a brick in my hand, and there's a glass window, and you're going, yo, for George Floyd, bro. Yeah, George Floyd. Do you understand? That's how it works. Suggestion is everything. Trust me when I tell you, and I put money on this. You can be around me, and D's in this, D you in this chat. You know how I do. I'm a bully, I guess you want to joke, but I'm a leader. I'm very suggestive with things, and I make a lot of jokes. I will have you thinking of doing things you wouldn't normally do, just because I'm like, man, you got to live. Let's have fun. Come on. You know, nothing negative, obviously, but just fun. You know what I'm saying? And people do it. And I say, you only live once. Let's do it. I'm very suggestive. In a good way, but I'm very suggestive. So if you're sitting there and you know, you got the guy, yo, bro, yo, they killed George Floyd, bro. Yo, take this brick, bro. Look at that glass right there. Yo, bro, for George Floyd, bro. Yeah, you're right. Suggestion. That's how it works. That's what a lot of people don't understand. This is starting from suggestions. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I do my own thing, man. I got some people I mess with, but I do my own thing. Ken, I told you, when I was in San Diego, I was sitting on the couch watching a couple TV shows. People were driving by till like 11, 12 at night, bro. I'm sure, I heard people driving out here the other night. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? All the stores got insurance, but to a point, King. To a point. All right, Douglas. So Douglas said the murder is going to decrease. I'm gonna disagree with you, Douglas. Most of the police I spoke to and the police that are posting things are frustrated. They don't want to hurt anybody, but they're frustrated. They've been working long hours. They've been fighting with people they didn't want to fight with. They've been trying to talk to citizens like, hey, man, y'all need to chill out. Chasing people around, you know what I'm saying? This was not what they signed up for a daily war. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of war for them at nighttime. Daytime is cool. Nighttime it turns into a damn war for them. So a lot of police didn't sign up for that. So I don't say to be killed right away, but I think some of them are gonna snap because some of them are just like I said. My friend was pouring his heart out. He's got a good temperament. He won't do anything. But what about the same, like I told you guys, like I'm going through my thing. There's people that going through their thing that can't handle it. What about the person that doesn't have the temperament he has? And that one person gets on their nerves or says the wrong thing and they flip out, you know, or punches them in the face. And instead of handling like they normally would, they lose control. You know, I think there might be a couple more deaths if this doesn't stop now, because I believe the police are really, you know, having it up to here. Like, listen, you know, because the cops that are good are saying, dude, I don't kill nobody. I police correctly. I do what I'm taught. I'm trying to keep you guys safe, but if you're gonna attack me, I gotta defend myself. So a lot of them are feeling attacked right now. You know, so they are attacking back. Well, Jason, a lot of things with that is a lot of them have masks on. Almost everybody got masks except the kids. I will say something, Douglas, about prosecuting the cops. And I'm sure we got some cops in here right now. When cops do their CBA, like NBA collective bargaining agreement, cops have the union do the same thing. All unions do a collective bargaining agreement. Cops have a lot of protection, guys. A lot. Okay? Some cops have their entire background, all their write-ups, everything, secret. You got to get an FBI federal warrant to see their background. Some cops get all their write-ups deleted every 3 months. You can look this up. Depending on what state you're in, cops are protected. You know you can't sue a cop. It is against the law. Well, I'm sorry, not against the law. You can sue them, but you won't win. The reason being is because you have to prove your rights were violated. You know why you can't prove your rights were violated? Because no one ever won against the cop to show that those rights were violated. So you can't win. It's a circle. In order to beat a cop in court, You have to show that your rights were violated. The way that you show they were violated is by a previous case where someone won and shown that their rights were violated. So the same thing happened to you. No one's ever won, so it's a circle. There is no case to say, yeah, well, that case proved that the rights were violated. I had the same thing happen. There's no such thing as a cop violating your rights. You can sue the precinct, you can sue the state, but you cannot sue a cop. That's one thing people don't know about that. A lot of cops are protected because it's in their contract. You will go, some cops abuse the power because they know they can't be touched. Some cops got tons of write-ups, and you'd be like, why are they still a cop? It's part of their collective bargaining agreement, guys. Cops have to deal with a lot, so they get a lot of leeway. For every good person, there's a lot of bad people. I'm going to play devil's advocate, which I always do. I look from both sides. I grew up with animals. I'm going to say it again. I grew up with animals. I grew up with the person that you're going to call the cop on. That you're going to hope if he's outside and you're outside, a cop happens to turn the corner. I grew up with those people. I know those people. I always said to myself, that guy should be in jail. Like, oof, he should be outside. Trust me, there's people that should be in prison. There's guaranteed that should not be walking the streets. Cops got to deal with him. For every good person they deal with, law-abiding citizen, there's about 2 or 3 of them. Mental issues, just violent, don't care about nothing, their life, no one else's life. So cops are given a little bit more leeway. Now, I don't think it's fair that they're giving so much leeway because some cops abuse it, but it's a little more than what we know. I'm sure, like I said, sure we got cops in here. Their union agreements protect them so that they can affect the community when it comes to fighting crime, but also a lot of them affect us in a negative way. We do know that, Downtown Philly destroyed. I heard. Yeah, a lot of cops feeling stressed. A cop got shot in the head. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, exactly. Police units. I don't think people know that. Police unit is super strong. Oh, so in Columbus, Ohio, it's every 6 months? Yeah. Every 6 months they get their whole record deleted. It's part of being a cop. I believe it needs to change, but you also have to understand what comes with the job. I don't believe they're trained properly, especially the ones that don't grow up in the neighborhood. The biggest thing with a cop is he's just afraid to say he was scared. Amadou Diallo, when he got shot, he had his wallet in his hand. All the cops had to do, in my uncle's opinion, was say, I was afraid. I made a bad judgment. But the problem with Amadou Diallo, mob mentality. See, I'm giving you another example of mob mentality. And they didn't want to kill him. Mob mentality. He's got a gun. One shot, everybody shoots. Because now I don't know maybe he let off the shot. I don't know where the shot came from, but I gotta react. See, cops are trained to react. I'm sorry, they're trained to act, not react. That's what you guys don't know. See, go ask a cop. They're trained to act. They're trained to be told, in most places, they're trained to be taught that watch everybody around you. Everybody's the enemy. So for the ones that don't know the area they police, they already view the areas they police as these guys are animals. They already view it that way. And they've been trained to be afraid. They've been trained to act. So what do? They've been, like someone said, they've been trained to not hesitate. Hesitation costs your life. Hesitation costs someone their life. So you have to understand that part. There's other parts to being a cop. It's not just what we just see. There's other parts to it. And then there's the blue code. They protect each other. Even when they're wrong. Now, if some are dead wrong, you know what happens to a cop that's dead wrong? And another cop tries to go and speak on it. They mess with him. They mess with his career, mess with his pension. So if I've been doing 20-something years and I see a cop doing something, if I speak up, I talk to somebody, they tell me, we don't want to hear that part. We don't want to hear that version. What am I supposed to do? There are criminals that are very, very good. There are criminals that are very, very good to where you can't really catch them. So sometimes a person gets set up because we know what the guy's doing. We can't catch the guy. Okay? So they throw a key in his back pocket. You know, they do dumb stuff. Or set his moms up and be like, hey, we got your mother. She's going down if you don't turn yourself in. You know, that happens because a cop can't make the case. So they just say, we got to get this guy off the streets. Maybe he stopped making the payments, whatever the case may be. But there are people that don't normally get caught. And you know what they're doing. Everybody knows what they're doing, but you can't catch them. So sometimes they set people up. And when a good cop steps up, he goes, hey, we're going to make the case the right way. This is the wrong way. He may get, the DA may be like, hey, we don't care what you think. We need to put this behind bars, you know? And that's the part of things we don't see not being in those circles. There's other things that go on. Double A, what up? Yeah, you can sue the city, but not the cop. 100%. May, it was good. Kirkwood, what up? Mace sold out on Amazon. Yeah, Big Spew Sidekick, I'm in the building. What up, Flying High? Douglas said, I can't say no better than that. I really can't. Oh, but my mom said it. Remember Serpico? Serpico was a true story. Serpico went against, and back then, that's when the cops were really dirty. He went against dirty cops, and he was alienated. Imagine if that happens to you. You worked a good part of your life, and then by you being an honest cop, people start alienating you. If you remember American Gangster, when the cop turned all that money in, what's his name, from Gladiator, he turned all that money in, and all the cops were like, we ain't talking to him. You turned $1 million in? What are you doing? And what did the dude say? He said, good cops get pariah. We should have never, as soon as we turned that money in, we were pariahs. No one wants us around. And they couldn't get back up when they had an issue. That's just how it is, guys. I agree with you, Douglas, on that. Roadhog, what up? They cancel your flight for July 4th weekend? Oh, man, that's crazy. That's facts. They're not, I mean, hey, 1D Black, I try, man. I try to keep myself informed. Put a hat on, man. Listen, I'm gonna shave tomorrow for Sim Talk, y'all. Don't forget Sim Talk tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Richie Rich, shout to you, roll the tape in the building. T.I. told on some cops. I don't think that's snitching. Sorry to say, I have no problem telling on police. I personally would take the stand on police. I don't feel they take the stand on me, you know. So if some cops are doing dirt, they're supposed to protect you. I probably would snitch, but I don't think it's snitching. I'd call it not telling a lie. No, not telling a truthful lie. How about that? We can move like that. Snitching on the cops to me, well, the old me is not snitching. Yeah, I don't know can someone tell me where 12 came from? Where did the word 12 come from? You're 12, shout to you. Be safe out there. I don't know where 12 came from. Heck love in the building. I don't know where 12 came from. And all of you that, I don't like the beard. It's the most it'll grow. All of you, the members, if you guys weren't there I started the live earlier, members live, go in the community section, go check that live out. Sorry about that, guys. It's getting a little crazy with the Wi-Fi. I know animals. I'm serious. I know monsters. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. I grew up with these guys. These are guys that after a couple of years, you'd be like, nobody killed them yet? Like, why are they still here terrorizing the neighborhood? Why are they still terrorizing people? And someone once said to me, why was I cool with a cop? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let me tell you something. Oh, sorry, guys. I was like, let me tell you something. The cops protect my family from guys like that over there. The guys that are, because you know, if you don't kill him first, he's gonna kill you. The cops protect my family from that guy right there. We need police to protect. What we need police is to protect us. What we don't need is police to assault us and violate our rights. That is where these protests come from. But are police necessary? Damn right they're necessary. There are people that I know that will come in your house and do the worst things to you. We need police for that. There are people that I know that would just walk down the block and know it's and rob you just because hurt you, that do not care about human life. I know I've been around those people. I grew up with some of the people. I hung with some of those people. I was worried sometimes. Trust me, I've been around people where I'm like, man, I hope he don't snap. I ain't know if he crazy. He might not be crazy, but I've seen him snap. Don't snap on me, bro. Like, you want a drink? You want some of this 40? You know what I'm saying? So there are lions and tigers and bears. There are animals, there are monsters. The people you read about, the people you hear about, you hear stories about, they exist. It's not just made up. There are people that will come in a person's house and rape you and rob you and kill you. There are people for no reason other than your house looked nice that night. Yo, we liked your curtains that night, and I think that's the house we look at. That's the one right there, fellas. It's just people like that. I know you don't want to believe that people exist like that, but they do exist. They do exist. Like I said, there are people that need to be in prison that should not be walking around amongst humans. It just shouldn't. I don't want to see anybody in jail ever, but I'm telling you right now, I know for a fact, I have been around these people. I'm not ashamed to say it because I can give you these experiences because I know everybody doesn't know that these people really, truly exist. There are monsters that do not need to be on the street. So the police are protecting you from them. That's what we need them for. But we need them to protect the community, not affect the community. And that's what's been going on. Someone said occupying. So we don't need them occupying. We don't need an overseer. We need an officer of the peace. That's what we need, and I think that's what's lacking. I think sometimes it could be training. The reality is a lot of these people are not from our neighborhoods that they police us in. Because of that, they don't know the element. They don't know the animals. They don't know. It's a surprise to them. It's a surprise to see this 5'5", and I'm gonna give you an exact example of a guy I know. 5'5", little guy, walk with his little bob. He's cool though. He puts a little smirk on his face. He's cool. It's a surprise to have him go to a cop face. You want to die? And then attempt to kill a cop. Cop ain't ready for that. Us in the neighborhood, we know what he do. We know to stay out his way. We know when he walk in the store to walk down the other aisle. We know that. The cop don't know that because he didn't grow up in that element. He didn't know that there's people, and it's in the neighborhoods too. They call them serial killers and Charles Manson. He didn't know that this guy, even though he looks nice, could blow at any second. The crack era made crack babies. Most crack babies are in prison right now. Go look up a crack baby. I ain't gonna break down to you, but go look up a crack baby. Crack babies all messed up. And most of the crack babies are in prison because they're violent, they're aggressive. They can't control themselves. Because when they were in their mother's womb, their mother was smoking crack. And they came out messed up. Nine is 1, 11 is 2, Numbers 12. You lost me. I don't get the 12 thing. Yeah, I think July, a lot of people come down, so some of the flights may get canceled. Amani, I never heard of that, guys. Came from 12. Now, hold on, Melvin, I heard that before. Adam 12 in 1970s. Kids are saying 12. I'm about to be 42 years old. I never heard of 12 until the past couple of years. Ain't no kids see Adam 12 in the 70s. And I never heard of the Amani years. Facts, D-Hick, facts. Comes from the police radio code 1012, which means visitors are present in the area where they're going. It's a warning. Okay, I never, I never knew that, bro. I never. I swear to God, sometimes I'll be like this. Word, yeah, 12. I have no idea what it means. So I come out and ask. There's certain like what's that I used to say? Not popping. Fleek. On fleek? I was like, yeah, I'm on fleek. Does they still say that? I don't. People say fleek. I was like, yep, on fleek, yo. Word to the mother. They still say word to the mother. I don't know. I'm not with all that slang. I never was really with slang. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, forget about bail reform. That is nuts. The bail reform is nuts. And the guy who had the bodies buried in his backyard, the YouTube guy who was an international freaknoid. Appreciate you, Reggie. There's a lot of there's a lot of people who should just not be walking the streets, guys. And the police protect us from them for the most part. The biggest problem, which is why I always appreciate the police. Shout to any cops in here right now. Appreciate the service. I know all cops are not the same. Trust me, I have great friends that are police. I know all cops are not the same. But it's the ones that don't do what they're supposed to and don't protect the community and violate us, in the communities that we talk about. And then people are getting at you guys who are the good cops and the cops that follow the rules and saying, why aren't you speaking up? Why aren't you shutting it down? You know what I'm saying? And I know sometimes every cop can't speak up. I mean, I gotta admit that I know that. It's any organization. Everybody just can't say, hey man, that we shouldn't do that. People gonna look at you like, what you mean? I don't care what you're in. Any organization, they're gonna say, what you talking about? The majority is gonna outnumber the one, and unfortunately, it's how it is. It's a rap song, yeah, but I think everybody says Adam 12. I don't know. I remember Adam 12 vaguely. I can't say I really watched it. I'm 42. How were kids saying 12, F12? I swear to God, for like 3 years, I was like, where did we get the number 12 from? I thought it was Popo and 50. I know 50, 50, 50. Hey, watch out, 50 went away, yo. Where did they get 12? Okay, I know there's a lot of older people like myself in here. I can't tell you where it came from. I saw the porno. I don't have the link for it. I don't watch porn. Yeah, I heard, Jelly. My people was in BK and man, and they said it was getting nuts. Okay, Jason, I'm gonna take your word for it. So, Diggs boys, what up? Okay, so I'm gonna go into what Taylor just said. So Taylor said most cops are scary and will pull the gat first instead of over observing the situation. Okay. All right. I'm gonna give you a scenario. I'm gonna give you all a scenario. And this is me. I ain't no cop. I'm standing with my girl, your soy Kayla, like, hey, Kayla, what's up, boo? We sitting on the side, right? We chilling. Couple fellas, 2-3 guys sitting across from us, other side of the street. And my car's parked over there. Stop hating, man. And my car's parked over there, right? So you lean on my car. Now, I'm gonna approach it as a cop. I'm gonna approach it as a cop would too. You lean on my car, my alarm start going off. I walk over peacefully, and I say, like I said, I'm approaching how most cops would approach it. I'm gonna say, hey man, you mind not sitting on those cars, man? What you guys doing over here? Just like that. And they go, F you, mother effer, get out of here, you mother effer, da 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 da. I'm gonna be like, listen, all I said was, can you get off my... that's not what I'm going to do, but I'm approaching this like a police officer. I'm going to say, oh, hey, you guys, what what you guys doing here? You guys got ID. That's what the police officer's gonna do, right? I wouldn't do that. I'm kicking everybody's ass. So now they start mouthing off. Now I'm by myself, right? I say, Kayla, come give me some backup. Kayla about that life. She got the cuffs and all that. She about that life. Kayla, come over, help me out. All right, guys, I need to see ID. I ain't give you no mother effing ID. All right, guys, do me a favor, get against the wall, because now I'm trying to talk to you, but you're being aggressive. Now you're to a point where communication is being broken down. It's being broken down now. It's me and my partner, and there's 3 of y'all. Doesn't matter your size, but one of you starts acting a fool. What do you think a person in any, and I'm going to give you both versions. I've never been a cop, but I'm saying if I'm approaching you politely, saying, hey, can I see your ID? I expect you to respond, give me your ID. Ain't no, all I did was ask you to get off the car or get off the corner, and you decided to keep mouthing off. Well, hey, now I want to see your ID. What's up? Let me know who you are, and we see what's going on. So now when you start acting a fool, what do you expect me to do? The first order is, I come at you peacefully, you come at me violently. And this is not every situation. Now I'm in defense mode. I need to defend my life. Okay? So these things, and I'm not going to go further in the scenario, but now, once the communication breaks down and we're no longer talking, having a conversation, things can go left or right. Because I'm going to tell you right now, now I'm talking about me. If I'm across the street with Kaylin, yes, Kaylin, and you sitting on the car and the car alarm goes, I'm going to look you dead in your eye. I don't care about your homeboys. And you're more likely going to get off my car. But if you got something to say, I'm going to run up on you now. Okay? So now imagine that attitude in those 3 guys that he asked to get off the corner. Imagine. Could you deal with that? Could you deal with one of me, let alone 3 of me, or 2 of me and one that's a little weak? Most people can't deal with that. Most people can't deal with that aggressiveness, that confidence and being like, "What's up?" You know. Now me, I'm surprised my friend has not gotten on here. Me, I've never had an issue with police. Let my lawyer handle it. I've never ran from police because I don't want to get sweaty. I'm being honest with you. I never resisted arrest because I can call a lawyer. I don't want to get dirty by you throwing me on the floor. I don't want to, listen, I want my clothes clean. I got OCD. I don't want to be sweaty. I don't want to be dirty when I get to that cell. Give me a central booking. Get my lawyer on the phone. Get me out of here. Like I told you, when the cop, I was arguing, then I thought about it. I don't argue with this guy. In and out. He just wasted an hour of my day. Hour and 20 minutes of my day. Okay? I am one of those people that go behind the back or in the front, which one? You know, because I'm not going to, now, for the people that are on the run, have a warrant, they may fight back. But if you didn't do anything, and I mean, I know everybody doesn't want to hear this, but if you didn't do anything, why give yourself 2 to 3 years in prison for fighting an officer and you didn't do anything? How about just, hey, I didn't do nothing, come on. Put me through the process. Remember, some cops have a quota. Put them in book. I've been in that situation where they were like, hey, it's no big deal. He didn't do anything. Put him through the bookings. Let's get him in. I'm just another number to them. They really don't care. So now if I get charges against me because I attacked an officer, you know it's going to go in their favor at all times. Never going to go in mine. So why would I fight back? And then, like I said, case in point, I'm not getting sweaty. I'm not dirtying up my clothes. For what? Let's go to bookings. My lawyer will be here in a little while. I'm in and out because that's my mindset. Hey, you guys can fight. You guys can run. I can tell you right now, what are those, the school police? What are the truancy? When they used to come, we was cutting school. Everybody run except me. They never bought. They would chase everybody else, and I'd be like this. And I'm walking down the block, and my boys would be like, "Why you ain't running?" I ain't running. I run in football practice. I run in basketball practice. I ain't running getting all sweaty. I don't like sweating. You know? So that's just me. Sorry, guys. It's not the right side, it's the real side. And it's the fact that I know that what can happen by fighting police. Sorry. You don't got to listen to me. I'm telling you. I'm not fighting no police. Has nothing to do with white or black. It has to do with me. I mean, I'm from the hood, so ain't no one can tell me nothing about nothing. I'm from the hood. I'm from the gut. I'm from the bottom. When I tell you I've been around monsters, I was with these monsters. They were next to me, sitting on the steps, getting bags of chips and turkey cheese sandwiches. So don't talk about where I'm from in my element, because you obviously are way wrong about me. What I do know is, if I didn't do anything, I don't like to sweat. I don't like to get dirty. There are situations I've seen on videos that if you wouldn't have resisted arrest, you'd have probably been out of there. If you wouldn't have fought, you probably wouldn't have had no charges. Sometimes they just sweep it. You've been in the hood, you get, there's a thing called sweeps. TNT was coming sweeping the whole block. What am I fighting for? We're going to jail anyway. They would come sweep everybody up and let everybody out in the morning. If you ain't have nothing on you, you getting out. If you got something on you, you getting a charge. I was calling sweeps all the time as a kid. Up, TNT's here, everybody gets the wall. They decide they're gonna take everybody in, they take them in. They decide they not, all right, you guys go, you guys come with us. It's normal in the hood. So what am I fighting for every time if I know they're gonna keep coming? I'm gonna make an enemy for what? Listen, if you didn't do anything, now if you were a criminal, listen, I did crime, I did some stuff, but if you were a criminal, that's one thing. But if I'm not dirty, even when I am dirty, I'm not running. I got lawyer money, bro. Go get a lawyer. That mentality, and I know people are not gonna agree with me, but that mentality of fighting a cop is what causes a lot of problems. Now, I'm not saying it's every situation. I'm only telling you certain situations. Every situation is not. Sometimes the cops fighting you because that's what they do. I'm talking about if a cop is detaining you. Yes, we know there's unlawful detainment. We know there's illegal pullover. We know there's illegal searches. We know those things. I've been illegally searched on I-95, the other interstate in North Carolina, going to this little hick town. I was surrounded by police. And they told me you were speeding. I said, how did I speed? And one cop was in front of me, one cop was in back. That's impossible. You surrounded me. There's no way I could have been speeding. They saw a New York place to pull me over. Then the head cops tell him, well, we need to search your car because New York boys have drugs. I said, sorry, officer, I would not bring drugs to another state. That's not what I do. I apologize, but that's not going to happen. He said, I search your car? I said, no, you're not searching my car. Not at all. Never. I didn't do anything. You're not searching my car. I'm flipping out. He sits me in his car. The captain, not the captain, whatever, he was a head guy, sitting in his car. A rookie's over here talking to me. Got my boys on the other side of the railing telling them to sit there. We ain't running nowhere. We looked at each other. I said, ain't nobody got nothing, right? Because I know what these boys want. I'm in the car flipping out like, yo, what the hell y'all got me here for, man? So the rookie's talking to me. He's like, calm down, bro. You know, this is our boss. We just got to check. He said, you ain't got nothing. I said, I ain't got nothing. But I'm not allowing you to search the car because I don't want you to plant nothing. I don't know who you are. He was like, no, cool. They call a K9. I heard him. K9 unit, come through. I go, K9? Really? Well, the K9 unit can't go inside my car, so I don't care. They bring the dogs. Dog goes around twice. If a dog don't smell nothing, he makes no reaction. Me and the dude, I'm in the front seat of the cop car, front seat. Me and the dude are sitting next to each other. He got back in the car. The dude with the dog looks back, and he goes, the dude gives a head nod. So he pounds on my trunk. Dog jumps in the trunk. He goes, up, look, he saw something. I said, you mother, I'm losing it now. I thought they was going to put me in cuffs because I'm losing. I'm livid. I'm 23 years old, livid. Like, what? The rookie cop goes, oh, man, what the hell? He walks away. And they go, the dog jumped on the trunk because he smelled something. That's his natural reaction. I said, the dude pounded on the trunk. He didn't smell nothing. They tear my trunk up, go through our luggage, go through our bags, don't find nothing. All right, man. Well, you know what? You're lucky you ain't had no drugs, but you probably smoked weed like 2 weeks ago. So the dog smelled it. I said, I don't smoke weed, officer, so whatever. I said, man, can I leave? Yeah, but you know what I'm going to tell you? Take this summons because you were speeding. I said, I wasn't speeding, though. It was on cruise control, and then you surrounded me. So obviously I couldn't have been speeding because you were in front of me and he was in back of me. It's impossible. He goes, if you don't want no problems, boy, stay out of my county. Wrote me an $85 ticket. Boom. Said I was speeding 10 miles over the limit, which in that county, you go to jail for. I found that out later when I tried to fight the case. I just paid it though because I wasn't paying a lawyer in West Bubba S, North Carolina. So I've been in those situations, and I was mad, I was flipping out, but I'm not gonna put my hands on a cop because if I know I got nothing on me, why would I do that? I didn't say it always goes like that, Castro. It's not always like that, but it happens. Yeah, Abdul, that was wild. I saw was he an FBI agent? I just know whatever they saw in his ID, they were scared to death. They went white when they saw his ID. Yeah, I heard about the bail reform. I think that's very sad because I actually heard that some people got out right away and then committed another crime. Oh, for those that don't TNT, it's Tactical Narcotics Team. You're right, D. Everybody doesn't know what TNT means. Tactical Narcotics Team, which was started in South Jamaica, Queens, and went all over New York, 5 boroughs. TNT basically kind of stood for us Tuesdays and Thursdays, because every Tuesday and Thursday they would sweep people up. TNT was like the SWAT version of the drug cops. You know what I'm saying? They were one of the first drug squads, and they were just wild for the night. You know, and I can tell you right now, dealing with TNT taught me a lot about police, because they come sweep you up. They see you hustling on the block. They run up on you. Bro, you don't see we here? Take the drugs inside. You ain't got to be outside. Or they come lock you up, tell you when you see us outside, respect. TNT wasn't about busting doors down no more unless it was worth it. TNT was to get off the block. But sometimes they just swept everybody up. I've been in a cell with 30, 40 people. They just swept up off of 2 blocks. Checked everybody. Know whoever had something got charged, whoever didn't, you sit here till the morning. You shouldn't be on the. That's what they do. You know, fighting don't do nothing for me. Fighting gonna get my ass beat. You know, put me on their radar for next time. I had a cop lock me up one time. He was happy as hell. He locked me up. Happy as hell. He had it out for me for a long time, but I got off because I didn't do nothing. Now, had I fought him, guess what? Now I have a real charge. He saw me. It was a situation with someone else, and I ain't snitching. Someone else did something, and it came back to me, and I'm standing. I just had to be standing there, and dude peeled off, and I was like, I ain't do nothing. Like I said, I ain't running. Cop rolled up. Oh, Greg, what up? This you? I was like, ain't me, bro. He was happy as he was smiling the whole time. Woo, we got him, we got him. I was like, I ain't do nothing. You know, me and this dude had problems for a long time, but I would never take it to another level because I had never done nothing to this. I think I cursed him out one day. And sorry about that, guys. All right, I'm using my internet. Sorry about that. It's Wi-Fi is acting up. Yeah, good old boy town. Yeah, no, listen, I've had mad experience with police. That's why I can speak on it, because I'm not just talking gibberish. I've actually had experience with the police, and you know, some good, some bad. But at the same time, I'm always going to be myself. I'm not going to allow myself to lose control. You know, it's just not worth it. Jump out, boys. Exactly. Yeah, in Queens, the South Side, which where TNT originated from. Matter of fact, there's a video, Al Prophet, where he breaks down TNT. And TNT had their special days in New York. For South Side Jamaica, Queens, TNT was Tuesday and Thursdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think it started like 1 p.m. all night. You know what I'm saying? Al Prophet posted the list of every borough's TNT. But TNT started with, because of Fat Cat and Freeman them. That's what the TNT originated in the South Side, and TNT would go hit certain areas that were high drug areas. And when, you know, I grew up in South Jamaica, Queens, they was all over there, and TNT would just scoop everybody up. You know, guns drawn, everybody get on the wall. You know what it is, and you knew what it was. You better, if you got that, you better swallow it. You know, those who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. Yeah, TNT was all over New York. That was like I said, started in South Jamaica. That's where it came from, and then it became a New York Borough 5-city task force. They did it to shut down the. They did it. Yeah, thank you, Big Tim. TNT, and shout to you, Big Tim, for the super chat. TNT was ruthless, man. They were ruthless. Dealing with TNT, and that's why I say, growing up, dealing with them of all people, gave you an outlook on cops that most people wouldn't have. You know, because as they were ruthless, as long as you stayed off their radar and didn't give them a lot of BS, you know, I'll tell you a story. So, tell you guys, back in the day, I was out there doing what I do. You know, I was in the hood, grew up there, loved it every day, wouldn't change it for nothing. But I had a friend of mine, rest in peace, Ratty, real wild dude, one of the wildest dudes. It came a time when me and Ratty just got really close. We were together a lot, right? But the problem with Ratty was a shooter, straight up. I don't know how many people he shot, but he would play dice with you. If you won, he took your money or shot you. If you made a joke, he may have cut you open. Ratty was one of those monsters. Great guy. Don't get him messed up. A great guy, but he was a monster. He was one of those dudes they tell you about. So me and him got super. We was always close because me and his brother were like best friends. So we got super close one time, and just every day we were together. So I have my name. You know, everybody knew who I was, and then I'm with him. So now it's the two of us like this. Neighborhood wasn't feeling that. A lot of people wasn't feeling that. You got me, ready to pop off at any minute. You got him, ready to go. Like, if I'm ready in a minute, he's ready in 30 seconds. It was madness, but we were always really cool. We just made jokes on everybody and harassed everybody. That's all we did, is run through the hood harassing people all day. So, but people saw us together and they were nervous, like, okay, what's about to go down over here? Because these two shouldn't be together. So one day we get pulled over, and we ain't had nothing on us because that was the thing. That was a code with us. We don't need to be carrying nothing on us, these times, around these things. We know what it is. So I'm not worried, Ratty not worried, because we had our code. You know what I'm saying? So it's about 6 cop cars, all detectives. Sergeant, I can't remember his name. Me and him got really cool. He's really cool dude, veteran. He kind of kept a lot of the detectives in check. The younger detectives, he would keep them in check because he had been in the streets of South Jamaica so long. So that's why I say you build a different mindset when I see this older white guy coming up in my neighborhood and he's checking the younger guys like, yo, cool, we don't got to act like that. Because he understood the neighborhood after a while. He got to know the neighborhood and know the people. And like I said, we knew him by the first name because he would tell us like, yo, you don't see us across the street with the camera? Why are you outside? He'd come to the corner store, walk up just like that. You don't see us across the street with the cameras? Are you that stupid? You want to go to jail? And guys would be like, all right, everybody get off the block. Some of them will come and tell you, if you don't get off listen, I've had cops roll up and go, if you don't get off the block, you're all going to jail. They will pull up, yell out the window, and drive off and circle back later. So anyway, we pulled over, like I said, 6 cop cars. I don't know if Ratty got a warrant, I don't know if I got a warrant. I'm like, man, whatever. The sergeant walks up with a 45. They open the trunk. I ain't got nothing in the trunk, I ain't worried. Go in the trunk, he comes out, he goes, oh, look what I got. You guys are going down. All the cops are surrounding us, right? And I go, and Ratty looks at me and I look at Ratty, and we look over at the sergeant, and I go, hey, get out of here. Because now I'm like, there's no way you got that from my trunk. And even Ratty's like, he's calling our bluff. He's calling the bluff to see if maybe we got something. And we're looking at him like, there's no way we put something in that car. It's not even possible. Like, we went to get McDonald's. We weren't even thinking, we're going to get that, what? So we all start laughing. He goes, I'm messing with you guys. You guys be good. You have a good night. Be safe out here, all right? You see we out here. And they pull off. You know what I'm saying? But it was just one of them things because the rapport was there with certain police that, okay, we in the hood doing what we do, but you ain't got to be a knucklehead all the time. And they would, now I ain't saying every area. I met some real bad dudes. But there was dudes who would come and literally they would walk to the corner and the corner be deep. Everybody hustling out here on the corner. Everybody out here. And they walk up and they say, you don't see us parked right there? You don't see us with the cameras? You want to go to jail? Everybody get out of here before everybody go to jail. And you know what you better do? Walk away. TNT ain't having that. The gun squad ain't having that. They just not having it. So that was the experiences. So it's like, I know everybody doesn't go through it. Everybody ain't been through that. So I know everybody can't relate. But you also got to understand, I can't knock every single cop because I've seen good cops. I know good cops. Yeah, easy. I'm easy. I've been around, brother. TNT, I was there for that. Oh, I used to get in front of bodega, man. We get them Harlem. 12, you already know. Shh, keep that quiet, Adrian. Hayward, yeah. Listen, there's towns in the South where you gonna get pulled over if they look in your car. You black, pulled over. You know. I remember Serpico, Sean. Like I said, I remember the dude told me stay, and then it gave me this $85 ticket. That's what really made it bad. That was like the punch in the gut. Like, wait a minute. You wasted my time. You searched my car, put a dog in my car, tore up my trunk, then had the nerve to give me a ticket. You could at least said, hey, boy, don't come back in my town. And I'd have been like, all right, cool. But you really going to give me the ticket too? Then I wrote the DA because I had to hire a lawyer for it because I wasn't coming back for the ticket. I was like, yo, they searched the car illegally. They was like, hey, man, you got to pay the ticket. It is what it is. You got to pay the ticket. So I ended up paying the ticket. But then what also happened was I went to years later, I went to Georgia and bought me a new car. So I'm driving back with my son and my brother, rest in peace. And it's about 4 in the morning. I'm flying. I got a brand new, not brand new, but damn near new Infinity. I'm flying down the road. I'm doing about 120. I'm opening my whip up. And I look and I see a cop car, but there's no way I'm stopping. So, that's, you stop short, that's an accident. So I let the gas go and just see how fast I was going by the time I got to him. Cop pulls me over. He goes, now no one's outside, it's just me. He goes, man, why are you driving so fast with your son in the back? I said, hey, officer, I just got a new car. I didn't mean to go that fast. I just got a little heavy with the pedaling. I can't say nothing more than that. He goes, all right, well, this speed, I have to lock you up, but I won't because you were honest. Here's the ticket, though. You got to, be slow. Go slow. You got your son in the car, man. Don't go so fast. I said, cool, my fault. Pull off. But I paid that ticket because it was my fault. North Carolina sends me a letter. I lie to you not. North Carolina sends me a letter and says I am no longer allowed to drive in the state of North Carolina until I take a safety drivers program. I said, mother effer, how you gonna ban me from? I gotta go through there when I drive to Georgia. I got banned. Yeah, Jackson G. The ban thing is what's funny about the bans, and I found out later in life about the bans. But there's people that send out messages and tell people what the bands are so you know what to look for, or you wear the same color band. It's crazy. I actually heard some dudes that wear the bands when they go out so that people think, the other cops think they cops, and they got the band on their arm. That's the color for the day, and they go out do their thing. I found out about the bands later, but it was weird. I guess that's how they recognize each other. But there's dudes that go wear the bands so that no one messes with them. Oh yeah, it definitely work. You wear the band, they don't know who you are because you can travel the whole city with those bands on, and no one knows. I'm gonna look at you because remember, it's for me and you to know who's who. The public don't know those bands. The public don't know those bands. It's for me. It's for a cop to know who's who. So you wear the band like a baseball player right here, above your elbow, and for that day, if I see you, oh, he's on the job. But there are people that go wear those bands just so no one bothers them. I never thought about it. So yeah, like I said, that's what's happened. I had to give my views on that. Just some stuff to update you guys. I don't want to make a ton of videos about this. We'll see what happens today. I will be watching my phone and give me a second to grab my phone. I will be watching my phone tonight and looking at the videos and seeing what else is new, what else is up there. It's a sad situation, unfortunate situation. But as I said, check on your peoples, check on your own mental health, you know. Yes, we open tomorrow, Mayor, open at 10 o'clock, wings on deck. You have nothing to worry about. So just check on your peoples, man. This is a big situation where mental health is a big deal right now, if you know what I'm saying. You know, we all got to stay mentally healthy for ourselves and our family, our children, to make sure they're okay. Check on your children too. Don't think your children are right. Don't think your children are okay when they go from playing with other kids to sitting in the house, if that's the case. You know, I think some kids is going through it as well. I think some kids is really going through it. You know? Okay, it's 9 o'clock. So yeah, guys, stay tuned tomorrow. Simp Talk. We'll get back at it. And Felicia, definitely come get some of those wings. We'll get back at it. And, you know, stay tuned for Simp Talk tomorrow. 8 o'clock Wednesday. Shout out to all you guys. I'll be back at it tomorrow, 8 o'clock. One love, y'all.